the Armed Forces provides amazing training.
I think about veterans as people who have already figured out how to serve.
My military skills have been essential.
Hiring veterans is a great business case. They're the best employees we have. They're flexible, hardworking, and they're used to a global workplace.
If that isn't an asset to any company, I don't know what is.
Hiring America, the award-winning television job fair for American veterans. Connecting you with companies who know your value. Learn about employers who are actively hiring today and organizations that support veterans. Your future success starts right here on Hiring America.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television series that helps military veterans find jobs and transition into meaningful careers. I'm Lauren Wanko. Today we're speaking with companies that are actively recruiting veterans and with organizations who serve the military community. We're also speaking with veterans like you who've made successful transitions into the civilian workforce. We'll help connect you to job openings and give you the information to get you the job you deserve. Log on to our website, hiringamerica.net, for more information and connect with us on our Facebook page and YouTube channel.
My name is Steve Adrian.
My name's Renee Adrian, and we own a FastSigns in Forest, Virginia.
I just finished 20 years in the service. We were looking for new opportunities. We wanted to work for ourselves, and FastSigns wanted to develop a territory in the place that we wanted to live.
It gave us both an opportunity to have some freedom, responsibility, and own our own business. FastSigns support for us has been excellent, starting with our new business consultant. Anytime we have a question or a concern, whether it's business related or product related, we can just pick up the phone and they've got an answer for us. If they don't have the answer, they know somebody who has the answer. So that network has been invaluable to us.
The thing I love about owning my own business is there's nobody telling me what I can and cannot do.
Except for me. I think the Army really taught you how to follow a formula, and that's what we purchased with our franchise, was the FastSigns formula. We had no prior sign experience, no prior marketing experience. I was in special events and nonprofit arts for 20 years. Steve was in the Army. And with that formula and the resources and support available to us, thumbs up, we're doing great.
Yeah, follow the recipe.
FastSigns International is the largest and top-ranked sign and visual communications franchise in the nation, with more than 650 locations in 9 countries around the world. Here to talk about opportunities for veterans to join their fast-growing brand is Catherine Monson, CEO and President of FastSigns International. Welcome to Hiring America.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
What is your 30-second sales pitch to veterans watching now? Why should they join the FastSigns team?
Well, it is a great opportunity. Our franchisees have the highest average unit volume, the highest profitability in the industry. The 5-day-a-week, 8 to 5 opening hours means great quality of life, because we also know our veterans love their family and want to have time to spend with them. And it's a fun and exciting business. You're working with owners and managers of other businesses, so you're not dealing with the general public. So there's a different quality of customer that you're working with. Low staffing model, so it's a lot easier to manage 4 or 5 or 6 people than it is 65, 75, or 85 people, which often retail and food needs in order to operate 7 days a week. So great business model and great for veterans.
Tell us how the franchise system works at FastSigns.
We really pride ourselves on giving our franchisees a great foundation and ongoing training and support. So once someone joins our family, we get them hooked up in our learning management system, where we have over 500 courses on all areas of the business. And then as they get closer to opening, so first we've got to help them find a location and get all built out. Then we put them through 4 weeks of initial training, followed by ongoing support, annual conventions, regional meetings, ongoing training, all kinds of tools and resources to help our franchisees optimize their success.
Describe what a typical day is like for an owner of a FastSigns center.
So that franchisees get to work in the morning and make sure that all the equipment is turned on and greet his employees and start with what we call a production meeting and talk about all the orders in for the day. And then he is making sure that production is going on and that customers are being greeted. He's probably doing some networking, managing his outside sales professional, and just making sure that the business hits its goals for the day, the week, the month, and the year.
Why is FastSigns such a good fit for military veterans?
But our company is committed to helping veterans because they are giving the ultimate sacrifice. They're giving their time and the possibility of being injured or even worse to save our country, to protect our freedoms. So we as a company are very committed to veterans. I mean, we're excited that almost 12% of all of our U.S. franchisees are military veterans, and that just says a lot to our making sure that we're doing all we can to support them. We love military veterans because what we know is these are folks that know how to follow procedures and work a good operating system, and that's what FastSigns provides. So it works out very, very well for them and for us.
Talk about the values at FastSigns and how those values align with the values that our service members gain while they're in the military.
So if you were to come into our FastSigns office, you'd see our values framed. We actually use signage icons because we're in a sign business, but we're focused on providing value and integrity and quality and commitment, and then having fun in the process. And if you think about the kind of qualities of our military, it's commitment, promise, excellence, all the same.
FastSigns has won numerous awards as a top franchisor. Tell us about some of those awards and what sets FastSigns apart from the rest.
Well, the biggest area of awards that we've received are for franchisee satisfaction. And then probably the award that means the most to me is the Freedom Award presented by Secretary of Defense Ash Carter for taking great care, gotta get choked up when I talk about it, of great support of one of our employees who is a reservist, and when he was deployed to Afghanistan and beyond, we loved on him and we loved on his family, never thinking that there was an award for that, and we were one of 15 organizations that got the Freedom Award in 2016, and so that's the one that's the most meaningful to all of us. When it comes to patriotism and the military and the kind of sacrifice that our employee, Stephen McKenzie, made as a reservist, spending almost a year in Afghanistan and having friends right next to him not survive. It means so much to me that he's willing to give that sacrifice for our country.
FastSigns is a part of the International Franchise Association, and they have a program called VetFran. Through that program, how do you assist veterans?
Well, what I love about the International Franchise Association is they're making outreach to veterans an important priority for everyone. We've been members of VetFran for over 20 years, and we give a 50% discount to veterans on the initial franchise fee. We also have lots of other support and tools available, and that's just one way we say thank you for your service and sacrifice.
What kinds of supports and tools are available?
Well, from day one, we're helping them with local marketing, search engine optimization, direct mail, public relations, etc. We help them hire a really great outside salesperson to go out and talk to businesses in their local area, and to help them invest a little bit more in their marketing, local marketing efforts in their first year, we cut their royalties and their ad fees in half for their first 12 months, giving them more money to actually invest in local marketing. But one of the other things we do is early in a franchisee's life with us, we get them a mentor. And one of the things we do for our veteran franchisees is we get them a veteran mentor, because there's a brotherhood that exists there that can make that mentoring relationship even more successful.
A fun tidbit, we understand that you were on Undercover Boss. You were an undercover boss.
That's correct. I was invited to be on Undercover Boss, and when they first called me, I said, I don't think you can disguise me, and they said, trust us, we know how to do that. So when I was undercover, I was a goth rocker chick, black hair, black nail polish, fake tattoos. It was a great experience. It was a wonderful opportunity to actually be in 5 of our locations where they didn't know it was me, and to really see the outstanding job that we do for customers day in and day out, and to actually see that from an undercover perspective.
Where can our viewers find out more information about FastSigns?
Go to fastsigns.com, to our main website, and up on the top side there's a franchise opportunities. Click on that.
Thank you for joining us on Hiring America.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
We'll be back with more of Hiring America in a moment.
Continue the conversation on our Facebook page and Twitter, and visit our website at hiringamerica.net. This week, Hiring America and Virginia Values Veterans honors Dominion Energy, a proud V3 certified company that increases employment opportunities for veterans.
What is that that moment in time when you work for a company and organization and you realize that you're in the right place. And mine was 3 years ago when we did this first Vets in Blue event. And we rolled out this new aircraft, 775 JB. The world had not seen this airplane before. And as we were taxiing out, our competitors stopped and you could hear them on the radio, pay respect to JetBlue and paying respect to that aircraft. And I realized that I had joined an organization that was unique, an organization that honors our veterans, an organization that realizes profit and loss and balance sheet and income statement is nothing compared to making sure you take care of your crew members and that you honor your country. You look at our values, safety, caring, integrity, passion, and fun, the values that we share at JetBlue, and then you think of military duty, honor, and country, and they really dovetail quite well together. So my two proudest moments, joining the military and then being part of an organization that has made a day like today possible.
This is our third year of doing these honor flights. They just get bigger and better. It's an amazing day seeing my fellow brothers and sisters that have served in the military, having them here, especially our veterans that are World War II vets, hearing their stories, speaking with them. It's an honor to be one-on-one to hear what they have to say.
I was in the Air Force for 4 years, signed up in '62 and came home in '66 after I left Southeast Asia. And it was a journey that I'll never forget. Loved it. I saw a lot of things I didn't want to see, but I served my country. That's what was most important.
My dad was a gunner on a B-17 that flew out of Foggia, Italy, and he went up and was injured. He was hospitalized, and the next flight, the bombing mission that they went on, the plane was shot down. About 15 years ago, one of the gentlemen in Dad's crew found this piece of metal, which was actually from the plane that they flew in and that crashed that day. It's a great opportunity to be able to come here, especially with him, to see this relic. It kind of gave me goosebumps. So it's a great opportunity, and we appreciate JetBlue affording us that opportunity.
We often talk about the greatest generation, and let it be said that they truly were the bravest ones going into battle. They walked into battle with a very simple kind of gun, and I walked into battle with modern technology, modern optics, modern weaponry. My job was easy compared to theirs. So it's very humbling to be able to speak and be on that same plane with previous generations that really made our country what it is today.
We are very proud to have veterans from all different eras and conflicts, and we have 3 World War II veterans here today, and one of them happens to be my father, and my father has also been on every one of these flights. So as we were taking off this morning, he's asking us where are we going next year and can he be there, so fingers crossed.
This is what the day is about, honoring our own, honoring vets, honoring those who decided to stand up and come before us.
I've been in aviation all my life, and this is special.
I've been to the Air Force Museum in the past, but every time you come, you see things you've never seen before. For my dad, it was a bucket list item. He'd never been able to go to the Air Force Museum, so for him, he was able to relive some of his history in the Air Force because he saw airplanes he just hadn't seen in 40 years. And it was special for both of us because the last airplane he worked on in the Air Force was the B-52, which was the aircraft that I flew after flight training. So it was kind of a bridging of the generations for us.
I actually flight trained here at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base at the Aero Club. And because of my father working as an engineer here, we used to come to this Air Force Museum weekend after weekend after weekend. And we were just talking, when you walked up, we were just talking about how we would play a game and he would take me to the airstrip and we would close our eyes and guess the aircraft that were coming in just by the sound. So I'm actually getting a little emotional because I don't know how many more moments I'm going to have like this with my father. And to be back here, I don't even know, 20 years later, doing the same thing that we did when I was a little girl. I can't thank him enough for how much support, I'm sorry, forgive me, how much support and everything. And I just thank JetBlue for the opportunity to do this with my father.
When I was in the Air Force, we always said everybody in blue is one big family and we're all going to take care of each other. And I personally feel that JetBlue is trying to do that also.
Thank you so much for your service.
These financial tips and resources are brought to you by USAA, a proud supporter of America's military, serving veterans and their families since 1922.
Home ownership, to buy or not to buy, when is it the right decision for members of the military?
We're still active duty. We've bought 3 homes. The first home we decided to, we were early on in my husband's career and I was not working and I had 2 children. And when we got orders to PCS, we were there for 3 years. So we thought we had enough time to build equity and turn around the house. But we actually ended up taking cash to closing so that we could get out from underneath the house. The second time we thought, oh, well, we're a little bit farther on in our career and I was working and was looking forward to employment in the next location. Well, it was around the time when it was very difficult to sell a house and we were underwater a little bit. So we became reluctant landlords. And then we moved overseas. And so then we became reluctant landlords from an overseas location. And so we had 10 years of different kinds of renters, and when we came back, there was a lot of investment we needed to make into the house. Personal advice, I would recommend not buying a house while we're active duty because you just never know, even if you're on a controlled tour for 3 or 4 years, you just never know when those orders are going to change. You know, a service member could be on a controlled tour for 3 years and then 10 months into it, oh wow, you're going to go somewhere else, and then you've already invested into this house and you've not had time to build up equity. And if you don't want to become a reluctant landlord and support 2 homes, potentially, because what if you don't get a renter? What if the renter, stops paying? So you have a lot of opportunity for risk and lots of expenses that could be incurred, especially if your spouse is not able to gain employment at the next location.
And I have been in the exact same situation Ingrid has been in when I bought my first home and became a reluctant landlord. And what I noticed is that those expenses I incurred in between renters or to fix it up when a renter damaged something, it kept me from achieving some other goals. It kept me from putting away as much as I wanted to towards my retirement, and I honestly right now feel a little bit behind of where I could have been because of that decision I made.
But there's the other side of the coin too, because the key is that you recognize this is a long-term investment. And so you're not going to be a reluctant landlord because you want to be a landlord, or you're going to settle down in that spot. Ultimately, that's going to be your forever home, and you're just buying a little bit early. So I don't think it's always a negative, but I think to everybody else's point, hey, if there's a question in your mind, probably the right answer is not to buy right now.
Thanks for watching. The information we've just shared is all on our website, hiringamerica.net. Log on and find out about companies who are hiring veterans. And don't forget to connect with us on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, where you can find helpful tips and full episodes of the show. I'm Lauren Wanko. Join us again for another episode of Hiring America.